Ukrainian forces brutally destroy hundreds of Russian Wagner in the Bloody Battle of Bakhmut. Fighting on Ukraine's front line is fiercer than ever as Russian Wagner groups face the wrath of heroic defenders. Tank battles continually rage in the war-torn eastern cities of Bakhmut and Marinka as Volodymyr Zelensky's troops unleash hell on mercenaries from Russia's Wagner group. The war in Ukraine has been raging for exactly 1 year, but fighting in this area shows no sign of slowing down as Ukrainian soldiers continue to push back. Troops have described Bakhmut as hell on earth as intense round-the-clock attacks reduce the city's landscape to ruin. But Ukrainian soldiers are refusing to give up without a fight, despite those on the front line claiming to have a 4-hour life expectancy. New footage shows brave Ukrainian defenders letting rip on a Wagner base using a mighty BMP-2 tank. The dramatic clip shows red-hot shells relentlessly blasting the building in a stunning barrage, sparking a huge blaze. The Wagner Group has been at the spearhead of battles in recent weeks, with the private army's head using its soldiers as cannon fodder in suicidal human wave attacks. Dozens of the group's mercenaries were massacred in a single day after running out of ammunition. Their leader Yevgeny Prigozhin posted a macabre picture showing the corpses of the fighters who died in the brutal battle for the city of Bakhmut. Horrible footage has laid bare the shocking plight of soldiers caught up in Ukraine's bloodiest battle in Bakhmut. Wagner Group's Russian have been attempting to claim the eastern city for more than 6 months, but have been held off by stiff Ukrainian resistance. The city has been hollowed out by artillery fire and leveled by carpet bombing, with its frozen ground carved up by craters and trenches. According to soldiers on the front line, avoiding being killed is near impossible as they are often outnumbered 10-to-1 by Russian troops. A Ukrainian reporter speaking to one Ukrainian fighter in the city was told the average lifespan for mobilized fighters in Bakhmut is 4 hours. Meanwhile, in Marinka, pictures show fiery tank battles reducing the city to rubble, with no buildings left intact. The city's police chief, Artem Shuz, described his town as completely destroyed. Apart from soldiers, the town has been entirely evacuated because there is no way for the civilian population to live there, he told the AP in an interview. Shuz believes that Russian forces are deliberately razing the ruins, blasting walls that still stand, to destroy all cover, regardless of whether it is a civilian shelter or a military facility. He added, "They destroy everything because, with their tactics, they cannot defeat our troops and resort to the destruction of all living things." Both Bakhmut and Marinka are in the Donetsk province, where territory is roughly split between Russian and Ukrainian control. The front line runs through what is left of the town, which is very little. It comes as Zelensky today vowed 2023 will be the year of victory in a defiant message of hope on the first anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. As dawn broke on a somber day and the threat of fresh missile strikes loomed over the country, the heroic Ukrainian president pledged to defeat evil Putin. Zelensky said brave Ukrainians had proven themselves to be invincible in a year of pain, sorrow, faith, and unity. Deluded Putin expected to defeat Ukraine in 3 days after his troops stormed the country last year. He ordered his forces to invade Ukraine in the belief he could secure a lightning victory by seizing the capital Kyiv and decapitating the leadership. But heroic Ukrainian resistance thwarted the Russians, whose dreams of quick victory soon turned into a nightmare, with nearly 150,000 of Vlad's soldiers now lying dead. The battle for Bakhmut has been going on for more than half a year and is only intensifying. The Russian command has withdrawn most of its combat-ready units to the city, but they cannot encircle the settlement. Among other defense forces, Ukrainian border guards are also protecting Bakhmut. The enemy did not stop artillery fire while trying to surround the city and its defenders. Russian forces may have given up on plans to encircle the embattled Donetsk city of Bakhmut, according to a new assessment. The decimated eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut has long been the focus of both heavy shelling and intense fighting between Russian and Wagner Group forces and Ukrainian fighters. Intelligence assessments have repeatedly suggested that Moscow's forces were aiming to surround the city. Earlier this month, the British Defense Ministry said Russia was making small advances in its attempt to encircle Bakhmut. However, the amount of attention from the influential Russian mill bloggers on attacks in the north of the Donbas city could suggest Russian forces have abandoned plans to encircle Bakhmut, the Washington-based Institute for the Study of War think tank said on Tuesday. A lack of discussion on positions from the west of the city may indicate Moscow is focusing on attacks from the north, the ISW said. This effort is likely to be exceedingly costly and slow, given the dense urban environment and Ukrainian fortification systems within Bakhmut, according to the think tank. Russian forces may restart their efforts to encircle the city in the near future, however, the ISW added. Recent days have shown that Moscow's forces have continued to make incremental tactical gains in and around the city, the ISW said. This is a trend noted by Western analysts, including the British Defense Ministry, in recent weeks. This includes Russian advances northeast of the settlement, as well as the southwest of the city, the ISW evaluated. In an operational update on Wednesday, Russia's General Staff of the Armed Forces listed Bakhmut as a target of Russia's main efforts, with Ukraine's military having repelled attacks in and around the city. Also on Wednesday, Ukraine's Border Guard Force said it had repelled an enemy attack on a stronghold near Bakhmut, killing 10 Russian soldiers and capturing 1 Wagner mercenary fighter. On Monday, the UK Defense Ministry suggested that Russian forces operating in and around Bakhmut are likely facing increasing political pressure for a victory ahead of Friday. February 24, 2023, will mark the first anniversary of the beginning of a full-scale war in Ukraine. It is likely that Russia will claim that Bakhmut has been captured to align with the anniversary, regardless of the reality on the ground, the government department said. Also on Monday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian forces will continue fighting in Bakhmut, but not at any cost to Kiev's forces. It is important for us to defend it, but not at any price and not for everyone to die, he told the Italian daily newspaper Corriere della Sera. Zelensky had previously labeled the city a fortress, adding that nobody will give away Bakhmut.